brought into the company, and the company, the director before me was Maya Plesiskaya, and she tried to do a little Bolshoi there in Madrid, and it was impossible. She wanted a company with a classical repertoire, and it didn't succeed. It was very bad. Plus, she didn't speak Spanish. She didn't really know Spain. She didn't really know the dancers, the cultural sort of, what was breathing in that moment, Spain. So when I arrived in the company was very in a low spirit. They had no direction, no creativity. Everything was like blurry, nothing was clear. So the first thing I wanted to do is to give the company an identity and a personality. And how did I do that? By making new pieces for the dancers, trying to change the dancers that were not good enough. Many of the dancers, they were sort of sitting in their contracts because they had contracts until they were 65. You know how many operas in the world, they have these contracts with all dancers that they don't dance, they just sort of sit at home, come to the class once a week, and then they get the check. No? I don't know if this is happening in here, but in many companies, especially before that happened. And this is terrible. You cannot have a good company if you have this kind of people there. For a company to be good, I think every member of the company, not only from the artistic side, but from the administrative side, in press, the secretary, the manager, the dancer, the technicians, all have to help to, all have to be creative and all have to be fighting for a same goal. And if you have sort of rotten apples around, then the company never works.
The technicians now are the same ones as tonight, or they change?
I never scream. Very few times. I don't think people have seen me scream in the company. And I had strikes against me. I had all sorts of weird things. They made voodoo for me to go away. I would go one day to the studios and I would see sort of like a chicken leg and a rabbit tail and I don't know what, and blood, a picture of me with bloods and pins and things. I never scream and I never care so much. My tool to fight was my work. So I just did new pieces, and every time the curtain went up, audience loved it. Dancers were better and better, and that was my answer to all these ridiculous things. I learned a lot, not only about my profession, but about human condition and life, and how stupid we can be sometimes, and how by little things you can ruin a whole ideal, a whole sort of life of idealism and dream, and We dancers, we live in a strange world. I mean, what we do is not necessary, really, in a way. It is, but in a way it's not. I mean, you need bread and things to eat, and you need more education, and you need hospitals, and you need, universities. But if a country doesn't have a ballerina, it doesn't matter, no? For the spirit is important, but really to survive, not. I could not live. I would prefer maybe to dance than to maybe have a sandwich, but you know what I mean. So we live in a strange kind of life, a bit ethereal, idealistic. We dream all the time.
picky about how he wants steps to be, the musicality that he needs, the shapes, and how much space is used. So basically, I was a dancer with the company before, and now I'm a ballet master. So from I have danced some of the roles before, so I know them from past corrections that Nacho, when he worked with us, told us, and so I'm passing that on to what I know, passing it on to the dancers.
I think that my work, it has to do a lot with Kilian, because he is my model, and he's my father, artistic father, and he's my teacher, let's say. But in a way, we have nothing to do with each other. He's from Czechoslovakia, I am from Valencia, I am Mediterranean. We can maybe do the same movement, but the way I do it is totally different. I come from another culture, and he comes from another culture. It's never the same. It looks the same because I think both works are good, quite good. But at the end, we are very different. You know, the more you can appreciate. But I mean, I don't consider, even with Por Vos Muero, I'm using 16th century music, you know, golden age Spanish music. Some of this music is very, you know, is very up to date. La Perra Mora is the second pam 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 pim pam para bram pa.
Impresionant este legătura între corpuri care, chiar atunci când momentan se despart, pare că sunt legați cu o forță nevăzută.
Nu știu de ce mi-aduc aminte cuvintele părintelui Stăniloae, care spunea că arta occidentală este hipnotică, cea răsăritană transcendentală.
Ce este special? Mărturisesc că n-am mai fost de mult la un spectacol de balet. Expresia foarte simplă și foarte directă.
Mi se pare că e o bucurie pentru cine are acces la astfel de evenimente și faptul că Bucureștiul este pe harta marilor evenimente coreografice și nu doar, e un semn că, iată, capitala României a intrat cultural vorbind în Europa înainte de 2007.
Music is the first source of inspiration to any choreographer, at least to me. I could not live without music. I just couldn't. It is is what gives me the idea to make a ballet. Is what gives is the music that shows me the steps. Every step is inside this music. Every sound has a shape and a weight and a color and a character, you know, and even the costumes, the lights, everything comes from the music. I could not imagine, you know, doing a ballet without beforehand having my music. I listen many times until I know it better than the composer, I tell you. Sometimes I've been making ballets with, you know, live composers. They make the music for me. And they are amazed how much I know the music, much more than them. I correct them and I say, no, this is not there. But because I get obsessed, I am very obsessive with this, with the music. I am constantly listening to the music.
Am reușit și de data asta să aducem în România o trupă specială de balet care dansează într-un mod nemai văzut la noi până acum. Este un stil minimalist, dar foarte elaborat și cred eu că, deși rădăcinile se văd din Bejar, deja dansul acesta este mult mai modern și mai special.
Eu am venit pregătit să văd dans spaniol, dar mi-am dat seama că am ajuns într-o lume mai bună decât cea pe care o trăim. O lume așezată, civilizată, o lume plină de ordine, de rațiune, de sublim. Și cred că bucățica asta de sublim pe care o oferă compania spaniolă este exact ce ne lipsea în toamna asta care începe cu ploaie și se va sfârși cu lapoviță și ninsoare.
Work live, please.
Thank you.